So who gonna sing the new theme song? You know they're gonna have a new version of Ghostbusters theme song. Oh, you should get like an Old Town Road, like when there's something strange in your neighborhood, who you gonna call? The Ghostbusters. Got my proton pack, put it on my back. Ghosts I'm gonna zap when they come through to attack. Put them in my ghost trap while I sing my ghost rap. Come on! Ghostbusters is back for 2020 with a brand new movie that I think is now officially titled Ghostbusters Afterlife, at least according to this Vanity Fair article that popped up. And this article that Vanity Fair put together gave some more plot details, giving us a little bit of an idea of what to expect with this movie. Now, it doesn't go too far deep into the movie, but just in case, if you think that any kind of plot detail about the upcoming Ghostbusters movie is considered a spoiler, I'm warning you right now. Some plot points will be said in this video. I'm gonna pop back and forth to the article here. Like I said, the article puts up their first look at Ghostbusters Afterlife. That is the official title for the new movie, because we had Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2, and the 2016 movie was called Ghostbusters originally, but now they refer it to Ghostbusters Answer the Call. This one is called Ghostbusters Afterlife. Oh, by the way, hold on. This video is gonna be about Ghostbusters Afterlife. That's it. And any conversation that you like to have in the comments, please have them about Ghostbusters Afterlife, the new movie that's coming out. This is not the time or place to once again give your opinion that I don't give a shit about, positive or negative, about any other particular film in this franchise because I didn't love or didn't hate it. I ain't doing that again. I went through it. I ain't going back. Let's move on. We see this first photo right here with Paul Rudd. He's supposed to be playing a part in the movie, which I'll get in that in a little bit. Something else that the article points out is, yes, this movie is connected to the original Ghostbusters timeline. The article tells us that Carrie Coon will be in the movie playing a mother of 2 children, played by Finn Wolfhard and McKenna Grace. Finn Wolfhard is playing Trevor, and apparently he's like a gearhead, and McKenna Grace is playing Phoebe, and she's obsessed with science. Trevor and Phoebe have a grandfather that they don't know that much about, but in this movie, they're going to be moving into a house in a small town in Oklahoma that's left behind by the grandfather, and apparently there they're gonna find some interesting books, some interesting gadgets and tech, and a very interesting car that may have just been a car that was used by the Ghostbusters to bust ghosts. Little Ecto-1 action. There's even a couple of pictures that indicate that. You have a picture here of Finn Wolfhard, Trevor, going into the garage and seeing a car being covered. But if you remember from that teaser trailer, or that really just short teaser from a while back, we know that the Ecto-1 is underneath that wrapping. And then there's this wonderful picture here, and it's also kind of indicated in the poster as well, the Ecto-1 being driven around in this field. I just think that's really neat because we've seen the Ecto-1 so many times on the streets of New York. Kind of funny to see it in this field making some crop circles or something. I don't know. I think it's kind of neat. They are saying that most of the cast members will be making cameos in this film. Obviously, Harold Ramis will not be a part of it because he passed away. Rest in peace. And Rick Moranis, he is not expected to return, but everyone else as of right now is pretty much expected to return. But this article makes it very clear, like, don't expect an entire movie with them. It's definitely going to be cameos, supporting things, because the movie is going to showcase what happened to a lot of the major characters from the original Ghostbusters now that 30-some years have passed. They're also remaining mum on who the grandfather is of Trevor and Phoebe. Now, looking at the 2 characters, Phoebe in particular, a lot of people, myself included, are assuming it's probably Egon. It's a great way to honor his character, honor Harold Ramis, by having a family related to his character be a part of this storyline for this new Ghostbusters movie. But I wouldn't rule anybody else out just yet. I'm gonna still put my bets on Egon, but hey, it could be Ray. Ray would probably be the one to own the Ecto-1, probably put himself in Oklahoma, probably still investigating ghosts as we speak to this very day. It could be Venkman, because Bill Murray probably like, look, put my character in this, have me die, and have me give all my Ghostbuster stuff to my family so I never have to come to this franchise ever again. Also, who knows? We don't know what Winston's been up to. Winston Zeddemore, you know, he might have had himself a little bit of fun in the past few years and maybe ended up having, you know, a white daughter and 2 white grandchildren. We don't know. Annie Potts is supposed to return as Janine, and I believe Sigourney Weaver has already confirmed that Dana will be coming back to this as well. So that's really cool that most of the original cast will be making cameos in this. No talk about Slimer yet, but I'm guessing Slimer's got to be in this. I mean, you can't have a Ghostbusters movie without Slimer, and given that The Mandalorian has a baby Yoda, don't think there ain't somebody at Sony Studios going, can we make a baby Slimer? We we make like a little tiny Slimer with some really big eyes? Baby, come on, Slimer. Baby Slimer. Like, dude, think of the toys, the merchandising alone. We got another photo here of McKenna Grace playing Phoebe, and also another kid played by Logan Kim, apparently a friend of hers or a classmate of hers. Apparently there's strange rumblings in a nearby mine, and it's supposed to be, you know, sanctioned off, but they're going in to see what's going on. You got some people going to an abandoned place. I'm going to assume that this could lead us to some possible ghosts. They refer to the events that happened in the first Ghostbusters movie as the Manhattan Cross Rip. So all the ghosts running amok, ghosts are on top of the building with the terror dogs, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man walking around. That's referred to as the Manhattan Cross Rip. Decades later, some people are like, yeah, that happened, it's real. And other people being like, oh, that was a myth. That didn't actually happen. The Ghostbusters are a fraud. This is a very typical thing that happens in the Ghostbusters legacy. If you watch Ghostbusters 2, even if you watch Extreme Ghostbusters, that comes up time and time again. And that's what's interesting about Paul Rudd's character. His name is Mr. Gruberson. He's a summer school teacher, and he was a kid when the Manhattan Cross Rip happened. Years later, a lot of people think it's a myth or it was a hoax. It wasn't real, but he's like, nah, that thing happened. So he's been obsessed with that event ever since it happened, trying to get as much information about it as possible. And as we see in this photo, somehow he was able to get his hands on a ghost trap. I'm gonna assume that it's probably something the kids find and give to him, but it's really interesting to see that he's now gonna be able to be like, oh, see, I knew this was all real. And I'm assuming it's gonna be one of those things where he's gonna have a lot of information, but then of course, when the real ghost things start to happen, he's gonna be like, whoa, I did not expect all this. So that could be kind of fun. And then who knows what happens after that? Could we be seeing a potential new Ghostbuster right here? Or maybe it could be him being a bad guy. I don't know. I just know that Paul Rudd is in a Ghostbusters movie, and that just makes a lot of sense. But of course, when it comes to Phoebe and Trevor, they're gonna have no idea about the Manhattan Cross Rip because they weren't even born when that happened. So they may not know about it being a thing at all, much less a real thing. And they probably don't even know what their grandfather did, because it seems like they're not really connected so much with the grandfather. So I think it's gonna all be revealed to them when they go to this house of how deep in the Ghostbusters lore that they might be connected to that they didn't even know of. And who their grandfather is, which the article will not say who the grandfather is. They'll guess an Egon, but we'll find out. I'm serious though, it would be hilarious if it was Winston. Like, that'd be just so funny to me. It's like, your grandfather is Winston Zedmore. That would kill me, man. That would be so hilarious. Winston is your granddaddy. It mentions in the article that Phoebe will find a PKE meter. That's probably how she's going to figure out that ghosts are probably around. I don't know where these ghosts are going to come from or what the plot of the ghost are, but according to this article, it seems like that Phoebe is going to be able to find that tech that helps you find ghosts, while Trevor finds the car that they used to travel around to go get those ghosts. Now, this is an interesting quote from the article. As the family arrives at an old farm, they begin to discover their connection to the original Ghostbusters. Trevor and Phoebe are about to find out who their grandfather was and whether they're ready to pick up the proton pack themselves. So it looks like we might be getting some kid Ghostbusters. I'm sorry, did Jason Reitman and Ivan Reitman watch Stranger Things, the episode where Finn Wolfhard and crew were dressed up as Ghostbusters for Halloween and went, there's the movie? I mean, it's just kind of interesting to me that they're obviously kind of playing around with the idea of kid Ghostbusters right after Stranger Things had that Ghostbusters Halloween episode, and one of the actors in the movie is one of the kids from Stranger Things. Just seems like a very interesting coincidence. A coinky-dink, if you will. Hey, as long as they're better than the junior Ghostbusters, I'm good. Remember the real Ghostbusters cartoon when they would just all of a sudden start hanging out with those kids and you're like, look, man, great. Kids want to be Ghostbusters as well. It's wonderful. Can we get back to Venkman and Zedmore and Spangler and Stantz, please? I ain't got time for these junior Ghostbusters. I want the real deal. I want the real Ghostbusters. It's called that. We also got a brand new poster for Ghostbusters Afterlife. You get the Ecto-1 driving around in the field. Right below a, oh shoot, it's back, baby. It's been a while since we had these in the movie, but Ghostbusters bringing it back. That portal in the sky, portal in the sky. Oh, we didn't even got the movie yet. We got it in the poster. They didn't even waste time. I at least appreciate that your portal in the sky is efficient. Does any of this information get you hyped for this new Ghostbusters? Let me know your thoughts about Ghostbusters Afterlife and Ghostbusters Afterlife only in the comments. Thanks for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and I got more, so go check out the other videos I made. And if you like what you see here, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. I love you like a play cousin. I'm Addy 5000, and I ain't afraid of no ghosts.